Welcome to Most Moto Mindset of Successful Thinking. Moto short for motivation. I'm here with Teddy Chisom, my brother from Beverly of Nashville. Teddy, introduce yourself.
My name is Theodore Chisom. They call me Teddy in the salon world and in the hair business. And it's a pleasure to sit here with my brother Troy to go and put something out for Most Moto for the first your first tape of the year.
This first one of the
year.
Yes,
so I'm excited. 2018 is going to create a lot of positive things, a lot of increase in people's lives, mentally, spiritually, and financially. So I'm excited to be here with you, brother.
Right. So, and I'm glad that we're doing it too. We're actually in the atmosphere, in his space, at his beauty salon right now. You know, but one thing that the reason why I'm talking to Teddy today and actually inspire the Most Moto community is about the fact that he said something a while back, not too long ago, but a couple weeks ago, we went to a couples get together. And we was talking about the hair and things like that, or just callings in general. And he said that I didn't want to do this. I'm doing what God told me to do. And I think it'll be a good thing for us to discuss today and actually inspire the people in the Most Moto community in general, because whether you believe in Christ or not, or believe in God or whatever, when it comes down to doing what you're supposed to do in life, when you're doing what you actually are called to do, period, your life will actually go smoother. And it won't be harder for you to do things when you're actually doing what you're supposed to do. And I wanted to talk to Teddy about that, because one thing that Teddy's doing, who is straight as a doorknob, okay? He's in the world of doing hair. And also, unfortunately, the preconceived notions of people that do hair, or men that do hair in the industry, or they're doing certain things lifestyle-wise. And you're definitely not that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So this is how I met Teddy. I met Teddy a couple years back, not a couple years, almost now, 7 years. And my wife went to go get her hair done by Teddy, by a recommendation from a friend. And they actually, you know, she told me about this guy. I said, oh, okay, is this guy, I mean, do you truly, and next thing you know, I get to meet him. And not only that, I actually got a relationship with him and his wife and his family that we're actually building a friendship together. And just knowing someone as powerful as this guy, it's a benefit to be able to talk with him and take time out of his busy schedule to encourage us at Most Moto. But like I said before, when we was at this get together, he said he was actually doing what he was supposed to do in life. And let that sink in. He's doing something what he's supposed to do in life, not something that he just decided he's going to do, because we're going to find out he didn't think he'd be doing this field of work. And I think it'll be an encouragement for other folks to know, man, I've been trying to run from this like Jonah, right?
Exactly.
I've been trying to run from this. I've been trying to get away from this. And next thing you know, it keep pulling me back in. It keep pulling me back in. And when you actually go for what you're supposed to do in life, next thing you know, your goals will be achieved, and it's actually gonna be much smoother transition than when you're actually trying to run from it. So we're gonna talk about today's topic. It's gonna be talking about doing what you're called to do, living in your purpose. Doing what you're called to do and living in your purpose. So we're gonna get to know Teddy real quick. As he mentioned about, he's at Beverly of Nashville, which is his mother's name. So tell us a little bit about Beverly's in Nashville and about you in general.
Okay, Beverly's of Nashville started about 27 years ago. My mom came into the business with my brother, Chisom, and they started a beauty shop and barber, a full service salon, I say that. And they started it, and what came from it was what we have today, 27 years later, which we have expanded. We have lots of different stylists that's here with us. We have a conducive atmosphere for, you know, good quality service. It's peaceful. It's everything that we invite what we want our salon to be. So Beverly of Nashville, like I say, we've been here 27 years, and it's a lot of salons that don't do that.
But look, he said 27 years. He mentioned quality. In order for you to be around somewhere for a certain period of time, you gotta have quality, not quantity, but quality business. And he's been here long. He's gonna be in business for a while, but go ahead. I just had to let that sink in a little bit.
And just to give you a little background about me, I'm a 46-year-old man. I've been, first of all, I want to say loving God from almost day one. And that's what has carried me to this point. So, been married 26 years to the same woman.
26 years.
Two kids that I have, you know, there's amazing children, love them to death. And, you know, it's not a lot to say about me, but I'm an educator for Design Essentials, the brand called Design Essentials. Minister at STBF.
What is STBF?
Spirit and Truth Believers Fellowship. Give a shout out to my church. And like I say, nothing great about me because but God has just been using me, and I've been blessed to be doing what I've been doing this long. One thing I can say is that I believe in being consistent, being everything that you do, stick with it, have a stick to it. Don't ever stop what you're doing, because when you stop, you're gonna miss your prize, you're gonna miss your goal in the end. So I can say by me sticking in my business, my marriage, my relationship with the Father, it's my life has been tremendously a great life.
But you can actually honestly say it has been bumps and struggles along the way.
It's been,
you got some roadblocks.
So it's been a lot of roadblocks. You got to understand that. But one thing the word tells you that God is always with you, or in any situation that you go through. So me realizing that, I knew that he was in every situation, and I was able to make it through every situation and get to the place where I am today.
And it sounds like it actually may be a mindset thing too, right? Because you can start something. You can start a diet, you start a company, you can start doing anything. You start a relationship.
Yeah.
But if your mind is not there, mindset of successful thinking, Moto short for motivation, but we got a mindset of successfully thinking about it first. Because you can talk about it, but if you don't have it here.
This is your Garden of Eden right here. And if you don't cultivate your Garden of Eden, and when I say cultivate it, you have to, first of all, this is for all my fellas out there, you gotta be a reader. You got to work this muscle that we have, and then on top of that, you have to, in your mind, be able to stick with things. With like he was talking about, we all make excuses about, oh, I'm gonna start working out, I'm gonna do this. Excuse is nothing but a covered up lie, is basically what it is. So I try not to make a lot of excuses in my life. Life has not been peachy cream all my life, but where I'm at today, I can say thank you, God, for where I'm at today.
Going through things in life and actually made you better, because what he's referencing to, we talked about before when we started the whole thing, was talking about how we make excuses about a lot of things. We do we start making excuses, next thing you know, we don't move forward.
That's it. So
So it's just like doing the most Moto thing. It's all started from me being in the car, encouraging folks after I left the gym. And then I did something with my brother on the phone. I said, let's just get the phone out. I'm that guy. I typically just do stuff sporadically and see what happens. And then what will happen is the excuse could start coming up that I don't have a camera. I don't have this. Well, I don't have this type of camera. Next thing you know, these phones are so powerful. I'm right here with lapel mics on location with a tripod and some good lighting and all this other stuff. And we're recording and talking about inspiring and encouraging other people. The excuses, one thing you cannot lie to, one person you can't lie to is who? Yourself.
That's it.
You cannot lie. One person you're gonna look at every day in your mirror is yourself, and that's one thing you can't lie about. So let's get to the fact of actually living in your purpose, what we talked about before. Because like you said, you didn't think you'd be doing hair. And then you went to a hair show with your brother who was a barber.
Exactly.
So typically you would think as a male, you're gonna go into being a barber. You go to these hair shows in Atlanta, okay, boom, I'm a male, I'm gonna be a barber. But then you said, you went down there and actually God spoke to you clear as day, and he said, go back to Nashville and go to hair school. But before you get to that point, you went to college, you changed your majors. Tell us about all that.
First of all, I started college at about 19. When I was in college, I did not know exactly what I wanted to do. I started out in engineering, changed from engineering to law, changed from law to education.
And how often have we done that in school? Changing major. Not only that, how often have you done it in life? People do that in life too. They go job to job. Well, I wanted to do that, so I left and I did this. So after that, what happened to me, I got married. I got married at 19. Who does that? But it's been fruitful, and just making sure I went through that. But I got married at 19. My brother took me to a hair show for my first time in Atlanta, Georgia. It was the Bronner Brothers hair show. Went to this hair show, and as I was walking around the exhibit, this is the first time that I truly heard God speak to me. I was like, okay, God, are you really telling me to do this? Because I was like, okay, men don't normally or don't typically do hair. I knew a couple of guys that do it, but
We don't just, that's nothing that I was a football player. I was,
You was a manly man.
I played with trucks and those different things, and which I'm not knocking no other person.
No, not at all. Right at all. What we're doing is keeping it 100% honest, because this is honest truth. This is a safe place. That's why most Moto is an environment of individuals that's going in the same direction to be better. Right? So we're encouraging each other to show each other's gifts and talents and talk to each other and inspire folks. So where you are now may not be where you were before.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So going to the hair show, I was walking through the audience, the crowd, and I heard God speak to me and tell me, go back home and quit everything you're doing.
Stop.
Quit school, quit your job. I was like, okay, God, I'm married now. Are you serious? This is what you actually want me to do? I got a family now, I have a wife now, I have to provide for her. I was like, you want me to quit my job, quit my schooling, my education, what I thought was gonna take me to the next level? He said, yeah, go home and quit everything you're doing and enroll in hair school. I immediately came home after the hair show was over, which was on a Monday. I quit my job, I quit school, I dropped out.
No, but it's okay. So when you did that, how many people are around you saying that's just stupid? I mean, how many people are around you saying, what are you doing? Not only that, you just got married, right?
I just got married.
So in-laws might have been like, what the heck? Your girl could have been like, what the heck? And we know Monica.
And the good thing about it, my wife was supportive.
Yeah, that's when you're in the right.
She was supportive. And when I say, she said, do it, go for it, that was the one person that I talked to the most. My mom, on the second hand, she was like, are you sure you want to do that? But I didn't really tell a lot of other people about this.
Okay.
I'm actually, now this is my first time pushing this or putting this out there, so I didn't share my business.
Oh, that's the news flash right there. We getting some open stuff, testimonial, life-changing stuff on Most Moto.
Yeah.
That's a plug right there. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I didn't talk to a lot of people about it. I just listened to God, talked it over with my wife, and the only other person I talked to was my mom, because she was over the business at that time. And this was, like I say, 22, 23 years ago. So I immediately rolled into school. I went to a school called John Day University, which is closed now, but going to that school, I was put up under a older man that taught me a lot about this business. I didn't know how to part hair.
So you was an apprentice?
I was well, not necessarily an apprentice. He just took a lot of us up under his wing and really taught us, because a lot of schools nowadays, they don't really teach them about the hair cutting, coloring. We were really taught a lot of, we got a lot of education when I was in school 20 years ago. So being up under him, he showed me a lot of techniques. Like I said, I couldn't part hair, I couldn't comb hair, I couldn't put a rubber band on I couldn't do none.
You was a grown man with grown man hands.
Grown, big hands, trying to figure out, okay, is this truly what you want me to do?
But did you ever encounter something though when you were doing this, to say, stuff that you were doing something you like, why am I not getting it? Why I'm changing majors so many times? Why is stuff not coming together to me? You were still young. You were young enough to where you can make mistakes and stuff, but so it's a lot of folks on here that may be much older. Then they say, hey, I feel like I need to do something that I'm called to do too, but then I have a lot more responsibility. But while you're younger, you still go through things as well, where it's like, I'm working different jobs, working different places, and it's not working out. So then when I start working in what I'm supposed to do, then that's when things start opening up. But you go through struggles with that too.
Yeah, I went through some struggles. Like, I would have dreams. Is this really what I had dreams of me burning people's scalp?
Oh God.
Curling down, sticking to a woman's scalp, and I couldn't get it off. I had several dreams, but when you hear him speak to you the way he spoke to me, and I don't know who's experiencing that out there, but he spoke to me in a way that was so clear, I knew I had to stick to it and make it through this. But the kick of I had support by my mom in the salon. So after school, I would come up here, shampoo for her. That was a shampoo tech, which a lot of new people coming out of school, that's the first place you should go. You should always be up under someone and be an apprentice up under someone that's gonna actually teach you the ropes or give you or guide you through a lot of situations that you're going through in any occupation, any career change. So I was blessed to have someone that let me come shampoo up under them and actually, get to a place to where I was comfortable touching people. Because you got to understand, in this business, you touch a lot of people. You have to understand your touch has to be soothing. You got to make sure that they're comfortable in your hand. So
I'm sorry. That can relate to, break it down into life though, because like you said, you did education at one time, and you felt that, well, I'm supposed to be doing education, so you decided you're gonna start educating people still through hair and through that ministry of life. But when I just want you to break down that much, a little bit, if you can correlate that into life though, you touching people. You gotta make sure that everything works according to what needs to get done, because that's the way you're gonna transform the hair, but transform somebody's life. Can you put that in a life stance?
In a life stance, the way I would break that down would be, you always have to have a pleasing spirit, a pleasing attitude, positive, polished with what you do to make people, when they see you or come in your presence, they're comfortable to be around you. They understand that you are, even if you're in training, that you're inquisitive. You want to know, okay, this is what's going on. I need to learn how to make this better. I need to learn how to make that better.
Yeah.
It's always boot camp. You're always going through boot camp through life and training yourself to be better for people. Because believe it or not, that's our purpose for being here. It's for other people. It is not for yourself. It's for other people. So
do y'all hear what's going on?
In that situation, it also allowed me to understand some life principles. Like he bring it back. It made me understand who you're living with, understand your wife, understand your children, understand the people that you commune with. I mean, it took me to a lot of places that make me successful. And I think I'm successful in a lot of my relationships. You know, God is the first, but I think I'm successful in a lot of my relationships because I know what I have and what I do is for other people. It's not for me to hold on to, it's for me to give, or for me to, you know, be all I can be for someone else. Let my light shine for someone else.
Now, as we've been talking about, is that the way that you can actually be truly successful, besides money, because the success in the dictionary says accomplishing an actual goal or going towards an aim. It didn't say anything about money in that definition.
That's true. That's good.
So your goal is actually being here for other people, because the way you're gonna become truly successful is being a benefit to others by doing what you love to do. And while you're doing what you love to do, Teddy, lives are being transformed by just doing hair. Relationships are being established. Our relationship, our growth as brothers has been established because you're doing what you called to do.
Yes, yeah.
And if you try to run from it, next thing you know, because you can't run from what's supposed to be there.
You can't run from it. And if you run it, you're gonna run into a roadblock, like we talked about earlier. So you want to keep hitting bumps, or you want to have smooth sailing, you know. And this is for all young people. You can do this at a young age and not have to wait until you get to the 40s or 50s of your life to understand what success really is about. So, like you say, it's connection with people is so great. Because one thing I can say about my business, everything that I've done has been word of mouth. This is the first time that I've actually filmed something or talked anything about my business. And my brother, the connection with him is actually what's gonna help push me further to want to even do this more. So him listening to himself to want to come do this is gonna expand my whole media presence and everything. So I appreciate you, bro, for what you're doing. But back to what I said, your purpose must be to fulfill or to help or to be for someone else, not yourself.
But when we're gonna go back to the shampoo so you can finish the story, y'all. I'm gonna bring it back. The shampoo, one thing he said that people gotta learn to, in a sense, basically be able to follow before they can lead. And before we get to the last thing, finish it off that part, then we'll go to the end.
Like I said, I started as a shampoo tech, and coming up here every day to shampoo up under my mom, it taught me something. I was able to learn how to actually part hair off. I was learning how to scratch scalp, comb, shampoo, do relaxer, do colors. I was her apprentice. I worked up under her. So that just having someone that to support you like that helped me in this business life. Because like I said, this is nothing I ever in my life thought I would be doing. But like I said, as it went on and went on, I saw myself getting better. Each client I took on, I got better. I started out in a place to where every style I sent out of here was terrible. Definitely having the support, it helped me to grow. It helped take me to a place to where I was able to be comfortable in my craft. Like I said, I got better and better and better. I got connected to other people in the business. One of the guys, his name was Mr. Hunt. He is a distributor for Design Essentials. And what happened through that, it allowed me to be connected to a company, which is, the name of the company is called Design Essentials. That's a hair product. If some of you all don't know about them, but being a part of that company allowed me to be an educator. I would still be able to do everything I went to college for, and I've been around some of the top stylists in the world just being a part of this company. McBride Research Laboratories is the factor of the company, but the name of the product is called Design Essentials hair product. So it's been an amazing journey. I love where I'm at, what I'm doing now. I'm able to touch people's lives, not only their head, but I'm able to touch their lives now.
Yeah.
And I'm able to do everything I feel that this is my purpose right now.
But I tell you what, so we're gonna bring it to a close. So the main thing is what's most important is that if you actually living in your purpose, things actually come much smoother for you. Relationships become much better for you because you're walking and living in the purpose that you're supposed to be doing. You know, so I want to thank Teddy for allowing us to come out to his place of business. We got plenty of B-roll on this thing, you know, plenty of opportunity. But the good thing is him encouraging you all to end up going and walking in the destiny that you have, but being around the right people. One thing we take away, a couple things we take away from this is that when you actually hear, you move, right? Yeah. And it sinks in. The next thing is you actually around supportive people to help you get to where you want to be, Moto, right? And then the next thing will be is that you continue to just push forward. Folks, man, Moto, the last bit, give us some encouragement before we head out.
The main thing I have is trust yourself, and when you hear God speak to you, always listen, first of all. But other than that, make sure that you're doing what you're doing for people, not to gain for yourself, because God will bless you in anything that you're doing, and He'll make the money come. You just got to believe, but understand what you do is for someone else always, and that's what I want to leave you with.
Well, that's how you be successful right there.
That's it.
Look, most Moto, mindset of successful thinking. Moto is short for motivation. We appreciate all that you guys do, being a part of what we're doing at Most Moto. The true outcome of having a mindset of successful thinking is having an unwavering expectation of successfully achieving a predetermined goal, knowing the outcome is supposed to happen. Y'all be good.